Hey everyone, how's it going? Arcanome again, as usual. We've got another champion showcase match for you today. You may recognize the name once again. We have a rematch. This one is up against Ruppy. So he's coming back for second try up against me to try and enter the PAX Pokemon League Hall of Fame at Prime 2015. Uh, we see a lot of similar faces on his team from the last time. Going down the line, see the Nidoking. Uh, Usually has Sheer Force, which is a pretty nice ability. So typically, a Nidoking runs special attacks because more of those get the boost from Sheer Force than its physical attacks. Even though I believe off the top of my head that its physical attack is a little higher, because of the Sheer Force boost, the special attack is usually the better way to go. And we see the Pidgeot, which is going to be his Mega. Doesn't have any other options on this team. And when you see a Pidgeot, it's a pretty good chance that that's going to be the Mega because it kind of needs the Mega to really make it more viable. So we have a pretty fast and a pretty strong special attacker here. Both those stats aren't amazing on Mega Pidgeot, but they're still really good. The typical one-trick pony type thing with the Mega Pidgeot is going to be expecting that Hurricane. 100% accuracy, it gets stabbed, and it has that 30% chance to confuse. So it can definitely cause some trouble, be a bit of a pain in the butt. Mismagius, like I mentioned the last time I faced him, I didn't know what to expect from Mismagius. So in this battle, I'm pretty much expecting him to do what he did last time with it, because I don't really know what else it can do. I don't think I saw a whole lot of it last battle, so still unfamiliar with it, but it gives me another opportunity to face that. We see the Hydreigon, another special attacker. It's fast, it's powerful. Often see the choice specs on it, and has some really good moves. Sometimes Draco Meteor, which lowers its special attack, but it can come in and do a ton of damage with one hit. Then we see the Ferrothorn, which is a pretty bulky Pokemon, has good defense, and that Steel typing is a good defensive typing as well. Very vulnerable to Fire types, so that's its big weakness there. It's 4 times damage because of that. Both types are weak to fire. Also have the potential for hazards, Stealth Rock, possibly Spikes. Stealth Rock's the more common of the two. You don't really see Spikes that often because it does require 3 layers, so it takes up 3 turns to get maximum damage. Then we see the Feraligatr, which is another Sheer Force, though Feraligatr is always physical. Special attack isn't really great. And it does get physical attacking moves that do get the boost from the Sheer Force ability. And often carries Dragon Dance. Feraligator's speed isn't fantastic, so in order to outspeed most things, it needs Dragon Dance plus 1 speed. And then that also boosts attack by a stage, so on top of its decent attack and the Sheer Force boost, it's going to be doing a lot of damage if it gets a Dragon Dance off. You look at my team, I get the same team typically. This is a rematch, so I brought my Hitmonlee as I mentioned last time. What I tried to do was the Hitmonlee came in for the rematch, placing Hawlucha. So, let's get this battle started and see what Ruppy was able to do with his rematch opportunity. So you see here, he's starting out with his Feraligatr. So, as I mentioned, I kind of expect what's coming. It's going to be a Dragon Dance the first turn. So, I'm going to take the opportunity to go for a Swords Dance. I know the next turn I'm going to be able to outspeed it, and I can take a hit because of Focus Sash. Without the Focus Sash, it would easily one-shot me, but because I do have that Focus Sash, I can at least do something the next turn. So, I go for the Baton Pass. I'd rather keep my Scolipede around. I wasn't sure who really to go into. This Feraligatr is kind of dangerous at +1. I was hoping that maybe he would get greedy, go for a second Dragon Dance, hoping to play off uh, with like an Aqua Jet with priority to kind of get around whatever I was doing. Fortunately for me, he doesn't. Takes out my Hitmonlee one hit. He comes in with that Ice Punch, that 4 times effectiveness against Dragonite is going to kill it even through the multi-scale because of that sheer force boost and that +1 attack. So this battle right off the bat is not working out well for me at all. So he goes for the waterfall here. It's going to bring me down to my Focus Sash. I just need to hit this thing. So I go for the Mega Horn. It hits for a little over 50%. So a second one, if it does hit, because Mega Horn isn't 100% accurate, I know is going to take it out. I decided to go for the Protect, get an extra speed boost, just in case. I wasn't 100% sure I was going to outspeed its +1. Although thinking in hindsight now, I'm pretty sure Scolipede is faster. So that second Mega Horn, as I mentioned, is going to be enough to take out the Feraligatr. Lucky for me. It could have missed it. I forget its accuracy, but it is, I think, like 85 or something like that. It might be a little higher. So at this point, Pidgeot resists my Bug-type move, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to pass that +2 speed onto something else. I decided to go into my Mandibuzz. It's my special wall, so it's going to be able to take hits from this Mega Pidgeot fairly well. The speed boost, obviously going faster is nice, but with low speed on the Mandibuzz, it's not going to be a huge deal. It is enough to let me outspeed the Mega Pidgeot, which is a little surprising, even +2 with a Mandibuzz. Or I believe I might be +3, I can't remember. Break through the confusion, get that Toxic off, which is going to be nice. So he gets his Mega Pidgeot out of there with the U-turn. He's going to go into his Nidoking here. Now, Nidoking, I'm expecting the Ice Beam, but I decided to go for the foul play, hoping, my max HP and my max special defense will help me take this. Unfortunately, it does. There was no stab on that Ice Beam or anything, which if there was, that probably would have been enough. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do the second foul play. It's going to get it very low on health. No, he went for the Sludge Wave. He's probably predicting me to switch out because the second Ice Beam would have taken care of me, no problem. Fortunately for him, the Sludge Wave was enough to finish off my Mandibuzz. So I see a low health Nidoking, so I see an opportunity to come in with my Superior and start building up some special attack. So I come in, I get the Leaf Storm off. It's going to finish off Nidoking, no problem. And I'm going to get that +2 attack. Unfortunately, this Mega Pidgeot's going to come in. It's going to outspeed my Superior. Just going to allow it to one-shot with the Hurricane. So that's pretty unfortunate right there. So I have to send in my Arcanine here. Arcanine, I want to save for Ferrothorn, because other than Arcanine, I don't have too much that's really good against the Ferrothorn's typing. But, I didn't have much of a choice. I have to come in with my Arcanine. And we see here that Hurricane being as effective as possible. Confusing my Arcanine, and then my Arcanine hits himself in confusion. So I go for the Protect, trying to buy a little time, get some of that extra toxic damage off on this Mega Pidgeot, allow my Arcanine to live for another turn, get the leftovers, recovery. It's not going to be enough. I know I won't be able to take another Hurricane anyway. So the big thing was that toxic damage there. So see here, he does get rid of my Arcanine. So I come back in with my Scolipede, only at 1 HP, and I'm figuring the Mega Pidgeot probably outspeeds me. So I'm going to go for the Protect. A great prediction on Ruppy's part, expecting the Protect, going for the Roost. recovering some health, because he figures he's not going to be able to hit me anyway. So I get the +1 speed. Now I'm pretty sure I can outspeed this Mega Pidgeot. It's going to resist the Mega Horn, but let's see what I can do with it. Unfortunately, it's still not enough. So that Hurricane, obviously no problem, I'm going to take out my Scolipede. It only had 1 HP. So that goes down. And that's going to be the end of the battle. Mega Pidgeot getting the win at the end for him there. So I was glad to have Ruppy come back, get his rematch in, get his second opportunity. His Feraligatr really worked well for him. It allowed him to kind of throw me off, just starting with it, get the Dragon Dance off. Scolipede isn't great at stopping Pokemon that set up while he's out. So that I had to switch out, and I had to hope that he would not go for another attack. So something that I could use to put a stop to him. Unfortunately, he didn't go for that second Dragon Dance, which allowed him to take out 2 of my Pokemon basically for free. One of them being my Dragonite, which is a huge takedown. The Hitmonlee is not as big as taking down the Dragonite, but every Pokemon you can get rid of that doesn't do anything, the better. So I was down pretty much right off the bat in a 6-4 deficit. So I think that was his biggest play there, and probably my biggest mistake of the battle was misplaying that. So that's going to be that for this battle. Ruppy goes and he enters the Hall of Fame for the PAX Pokemon League at Prime 2015. It was a great time meeting Ruppy, having a battle, 2 battles with him. I hope to see you again in the future PAXs, whether it's at Prime again next year or another one. Look forward to seeing you again. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that battle. As usual, links to everywhere you can find us are down in the description below, over on Facebook, Twitter, my Twitch channel, all that stuff. One last reminder, applications to be a gym leader at PAX South are still open. Off the top of my head, I can't think of the exact date that they close, but I believe you have about another week left. So you are running out of time. It might be 2 weeks, but either way, if you want to be a gym leader, go and fill out your application, get that in, because they will be closing soon, whether it's about a week or about 2 weeks. Just go to our website, paxpokemonleague.net. Again, in the description we'll have the link. So it's just the first post. Go there, it'll bring you to a Google Doc, fill it out, and you'll be all set. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.